Howdy, partners. This is ISNC, and remember how it's said, or I'll hate you for it, bringing you another 1 versus 1 Dawn of War 2 Retribution ranked commentary. Um, Good morning. I'd like to say that, first off. I just woke up a couple minutes ago, and I figured, I was like, hey, nobody's home, and I don't have anything to do for a little bit. Let's do some recording. This commentary is going to be a little bit different, mostly because I'm going to be talking about some stuff that's been on my mind. Don't start panicking. I'm not thinking about quitting or slowing down at any rate. It's just I was looking around on my channel, on my videos, and was curious to see what other videos were put on, like, the recommended spot as well. Like off to the side and whatnot. I was curious, and I found that a lot of other people were doing sort of what I was doing. Not, I mean, in the sense that they were playing the same game. And this is an interesting map. Haven't gotten Green Tooth Jungle here in a long while. But I was looking around, seeing what everybody else was doing, because I was curious, not, in the respect that I felt like, I needed to know what I was competing with. I'm not really feeling like I was competing. I was more along the lines, kind of just curious as to see, really, what everybody else was up to, how many other people were doing the stuff that I was doing, and, how they were doing it. Maybe see, if I could pick up on any ideas or, stuff like that. Well, I looked around, and I think one of the first things that I noticed was immediately that not very many people were doing it in the style that I chose to do, where I basically record while I'm playing, give you the idea of what I was doing and why. And then another thing that I noticed was that a lot of them seemed to be not European, but not necessarily what can I say, like of like an American descent. And I happened to notice that the one there was like one other guy who was doing pretty much exactly like I was. Wasn't playing the same race or anything, and then on top of that was also with at least an American accent. Sorry, I just woke up. I'm a little tired. But yeah, with an American accent as well, and I was like, oh, okay, real cool and everything. I was like, I was kind of excited. And then I realized almost immediately, like watching some of his videos, that he was not a very well-mannered player. I mean, literally, he was like cussing and swearing up a storm about, how the person was playing, talking, very mad crap to him. A very bad attitude in general. And I was like, ooh. Even if I played other people who were bad-mannered or bad attitude or just not really good players in general or whatnot, I try my best to be very well-mannered about playing with, or when I play with them. I mean, if I have any ill-mannered thoughts and whatnot, I'm going to keep them to myself because I don't see any reason. I mean, you really don't realize how much you damage a community when you act like that, you know. And our scouts are going to get pushed back here real quick by his scouts. But really, I mean, when you act that in that manner towards other players, I mean, it makes them want to quit, not want to talk to anybody and everything, because they're going to be like, well, if they're going to be that way, then I'm just not going to play this, because that's, they're bad-mannered, and that's no fun. I mean, if you're playing against somebody, and I've done this a lot of times, if you're playing with another player and they're not too good, and they're real down upon themselves, give them some helpful hints, tips, and try and give them suggestions about what they can do better. Maybe like I've referred a bunch of them to my channel, so they can watch some of my replays. Hopefully, maybe learn something from them and learn to be a better player. So far, none of them really taken my advice, to check out my channel and whatnot, but you know what, that's their choice. I'm not gonna get mad at them for it. Yeah, but I mean, try and be as good manner as you could. I mean, I also happen to notice that a lot of the people who were doing, like the recordings for this, I mean, set aside from like Dawn of War 2 replays, they really, like, they would get into it, they would make, it looked like they make a bunch of videos and whatnot, and then they would just quit for a while. And, I mean, the shortest one, I think, that had quit was, I think there was one guy, and he had quit for, like, 8 months and whatnot, and he hadn't quite reloaded any videos since that time. And I thought that was a real shame and everything, because these people did good commentaries, good videos and whatnot, and I was like, well, why'd you stop? And I mean, one of the thoughts that had popped into my mind was, maybe it wasn't grabbing enough subscribers for them, and I know that is a big relevant issue for some people, and I think that's kind of pitiful, because I mean, if you're gonna do something, why not do something that you enjoy? And I love playing this game. I love it. I mean, I've gotten maybe one additional subscriber in the past like 8 videos that I've done. And you know what? I don't care, because I love playing this game so much that even if I don't get very many subscribers, out of just doing replays for it, I'm having a blast doing it. So if I get a couple of subscribers here and there, just because, I'm playing this game and they enjoyed watching me play it, that makes me feel even better. Even better. Even better. Because that means, hey, I'm doing what I enjoy and I'm getting benefit out of it. I mean, of course, I'm not making a huge benefit out of it. Like, I'm not making a ton of money for playing this. Heck, I'm not even making any money for playing this. But you know what? I don't care because I'm enjoying doing this so much that, you know, I could basically throw everything, you know, to the wind and I really wouldn't care. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I was looking into stuff like that, and I was kind of like, oh, okay, well, you know, let's take a look into it. I found a lot of disturbing stuff to me, I think. Run! Ah! Ouch. So I see he comes out with that dreadnought, and after I capture this position, we are going to run like hell. And I noticed we lost our sergeant. And we got a power fist, and again, I always urge you, if you're gonna get a power, if you're playing Space Marine on Space Marine, I urge you to get the power fist. Ah, jeez, what the heck? So much damage. But yeah, the power fist is an incredible deterrent for Space Marine players. Yeah, it's what I thought. Come here. Come back here. Come back here. You can't go anywhere. I didn't say you could. Let's see if I can't catch him. Yep. That dreadnought's in trouble. I think I'm going to be able to get him before he can run away. Yep. So, freebie dreadnought. It's probably going to get my assault commander, force commander. And now I notice he's got a lot of infantry, so I should be getting my librarian right now. Unfortunately, I've got diddly for cash. Gonna jump on these guys. Ah! Force commander with the thunderhammer! Run away! Can't catch me. I am too fast for you. So here's something I'm gonna try doing. It's gonna seem silly, but I'm gonna try it. Use my devastators to try and tie these guys up in melee. Oh God! Run! Ow! That hurt so bad. Yeah. So I'm feeling a little panicked right now. I don't think I really should be. Oh God, he's got a shield too. Ah God. No! Don't let him get that for free. Never mind. Yeah, that's what I thought. Son, run away. Yeah, no, in the videos, where the guy was being real bad manner, he was saying pretty much what I was saying, like, just right there and whatnot, but he was a lot more serious about it than I was. Ah, where are you going? Don't come back here. Oh God, he's got a librarian. Hoi, 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 hoi. Bring forth the artifice. The enemy is outmaneuvering us. No, you're not. Actually, yes, he is. Not gonna lie. So I am at a point in my game right now where I'm gonna go for tier 3. Oh no. I should have gotten that artificer armor a lot longer ago, but I didn't because... Oh wow. Got real lucky there. Ah, jeez, no, not the smite. Dodged. That makes me feel good morning. We're gonna go ahead on and retreat because we got all 3 of the points, and at this point I can retreat back, heal up, not worry too much about him, you know, having start to capture some of the stuff back again because I have all of the points, not all of them really, but you know what I mean. Ah, God, snipers. No, you don't. Better run. If it does sound like I'm talking some mad crap, trust me, I'm not. Don't really think of it that way. I don't think I've made it seem that way, but there's always that possibility. What do you mean you can't? Oh, that's right, there's 650. Good morning. But, yeah, no, I really don't have this big ego going on. If anything, I have, like, the direct opposite. I have, like, no ego, so... It just, I mean, it doesn't seem like there should be a reason for me to act that way. Act, yeah, that. Ooh, stop. Boom, son. Shocker. Ah, Dreadnought. Bad choice on his end, if I can say so. We're gonna take some shots at his tacticals. Run! You gotta be careful with your, what's it called? Oh boy. Boink. You have to be careful with your Terminators because Terminators do cost an arm and a leg to reinforce. It's not something that you really want to, you know, use like it's candy. Because they're really expensive in that respect. Really expensive candy. Delicious candy, but expensive candy. Ow. Oh, there goes my scouts. Darn it. Stop trying to use your special attack. We know you're cool. We know. I don't have to show off all the time. So, okay. We're getting these guys back. We're gonna have to start recapturing. No, we're not. No, we're not. Back away. Ow. My face. Can we get him? Can we? No, I want him so bad. That sounds wrong.
Our assault squad is taking loss.
Run away! Darn it! Oh well. Well away from there, please. Dagnabbit. It looks like I'm going to end up losing this match, unfortunately. I mean, there's not a whole lot I can do, because he forced me to engage him. He had, obviously, the superior army. I mean, I feel like I could have made something happen, but dim Terminators, I feel like I've always had the worst luck with Terminators, because every time I've used them, I'm like, yes, I've got Terminators, You're in trouble now, sir, kind of thing. But it never really goes that way. I always end up losing map control, because they're so slow. And I probably should opt to get, like, a librarian, like I always want to. But I never do, because I'm stupid.
We shall make it so.
I'm not saying that, like, if you play this and you don't get a... I'm not saying you're stupid. You know that, right? I hope you know that. Oh, no, now he's calling his own Terminators down. God, this is just going so badly. Gosh, Mornings, why are you so cruel? Well, he was really fun to play with. I really would like to... I'd like to play him again. He was a very good player. I liked his strategy. What could I have done a bit better there is I definitely could have had some better unit choices, and I definitely could have been much more on top of my micro. I mean, like, I know at one point, like, I was floating like 500 resources, and I could have certainly purchased either another tactical squad, or I could have had my 3 generators up ASAP. And I let it get to 500, and then I was like, oh, I need my generators, go, go, go. And yeah, and then he had the superior map control early on, and so he had a lot more resources to fumble around with, and he already had 2 full, like, gen farms by the time that I had, like 1.5 of mine. And that's something, I really should have, been on top of, but I wasn't. It's early morning, I'm not going to say that had I been more awake, I would have certainly have beaten him, but I think it would have been a lot closer of a match. I mean, he had the early map control that gave him that nice early boost, and then Space Marine versus Space Marine, that stuff can just spiral out of control faster than, like a rolling truck going 95 miles per hour. Also, certainly could have microed my units a little bit better. Well, I know I've already said that, but I mean, what? I forgot to address the topic, and that went on about my gen farm. No, I mean, like there was several times where I could have brought all my units together, you know, like surrounded him from different directions, you know, tied up his units in melee, made sure they couldn't fire their plasma guns, took out a lot of models. I could have even gotten a free squad kill, and I think that would have definitely have helped me out. And then I could have chosen differently, much differently, how I had spent my money. Like, I think at one point literally could have gone for the librarian, which would have been definitely superior to what I ended up spending my money on, which was like reviving my force commander like twice. That really did put me behind, believe it or not, because if you don't have requisition, you can't buy anything. I mean, no matter how much power you've got. Other than that, I mean, you can look at the little scoreboard right now. You know, I did pretty good with my commander according to it. I did better with my commander than he did with his, which I guess sorta true. I don't know. I mean, I fumbled it real bad at the end, but I did get that early kill on his force commander, which was pretty good on my part. As far as my units went, of course, it's telling me that I just did absolutely horrible, and I did. Some units lost way too much stuff, and I lost way too many squads. You know, you really think that not, you know, losing like a scout squad is not that really that big of a deal, and it's not too big of a deal. However, it really starts to make a big deal later in the game, depending on, you know, what build you're really going for. Like, if you want to get that dreadnought, you should not, absolutely not, field a vehicle of Space Marines unless you've got at least one scout squad, and even then, that's really not all that great, because you can lose those vehicles fairly easy without any support, you know, like repairs and whatnot. But on top of that, if you do decide to go for that, you have to buy another scout squad, and that's another 250 requisition that you have to shell out just because you lost that initial scout squad, which is free, by the way. So, I mean, that's something you might want to keep in mind. I mean, that's why I pretty much, you know, avoided going for the mech path. I guess mech path probably isn't the term I should use, more along the lines of armored vehicle path. But yeah, it was because I was already behind and couldn't really opt to shell out that additional requisition just to get, you know, a dreadnought out. So I ended up going for the Terminators, and it did help to a degree, you know. I did a lot of good damage with it. I think I probably, you know, should have worked more towards targeting some of his other units instead of his force commander with them, but I really, you know, that force commander was a pain in my side, and I wanted him gone. But again, I didn't really give him enough support, so yeah, they ended up killing him, but it didn't really do me any good in the end because I'm still getting shelled to pieces by plasma guns and dreadnoughts. So, anyway, this might not be updated for about another day or so, and the reason for that is because my boss really, I mean, didn't do me any favors whenever he scheduled me this week and everything, and I've got like all closing shifts, like 4 days in a row and everything, and then I have school on top of that. Really frustrating. So next week it should be better. I should be having a lot more free time because I did talk to them about it, and they did say that, you know, you're only going to be working Monday through Thursday, and I'm like, well, that's fine. One of my other coworkers was like, well, why? You know, why are you okay with that? And I'm like, because I'm juggling school and work at the same time. It's a pain in the ass. It's not the worst thing I've ever done, but it is kind of frustrating. So, you know. Anyway, wonderful that I got to play with a really high tier 4K player. Really got to stretch my abilities to their finest, which I guess, you know, if you consider me playing this really early in morning, which it's not really early in the morning. It just feels like that to me because I woke up. But you know, I'm rambling. Anyway, that is pretty much all I've got to say. If you liked the video, like it, or leave a like, leave a comment. I love talking to you guys. And if you loved it, I'd love to have you as a subscriber. And that's pretty much it. So I'll catch you guys later. This is Ice and C. Remember how it's said, or I'll hate you for it. Bye.